Field reports from the strange. This is Obscura Bureau.
1. Hello. Welcome back everyone to Dag Gao and Someone Online. I'm Dag Gao, and you are Someone Online. 2. Alright, enough joking. Let's get to the main topic. 3. While preparing this main content, I had a chance to confide in a few people. What can I do to stop feeling lonely, brother? LL, keep it between the two of us, and Juan. 6. But what we can gather is, they are lonely and don't know how to escape that feeling. Loneliness. 8. Loneliness here isn't feeling like you have no one, nor is it actually being alone. 9. Rather, even with many people around, you still feel like you don't have a real connection with anyone. 10. So, you always feel isolated, having to face everything on your own. 11. That feeling is very uncomfortable and exhausting. 12. They talked about family, friends, and all of it made them feel unsure if they truly have anyone. 13. I can't go deeper, but the feeling that everything is against you, feeling sad, feeling trouble. 14. I empathize deeply because I've been like that myself. 15. And I've always been foolish. 16. I always felt like I had no one. 17. I always felt everything weighing on my shoulders. 18. Unable to share that burden with others. T. Push my burden onto those who don't. That's right, I want to bear it all, because I have that responsibility. I need to do it, and I. 21. Of course, that's a very toxic mindset. 22. It's a mindset that even I often realize is wrong. T. About whether I. 24. Rather, at least, I no longer have to face the feeling of loneliness. 26. It's straight in for 3 minutes, Sarah yet? 27. It used to be gradual. 28. This is how this lens works. Not rushing, there. 30. Here, it's not the fancy, Yiddish-filled storytelling like that other lens. 31. This is my lens, really. 32. No glamour, no trick. 33. 34. I've experienced moments where. 35. I didn't want to tell my problems to anyone. 36. I didn't want others to see me in that state. 37. But all that I just said still isn't as bad as the feeling of. 38. Wanting to avoid sharing, avoiding connection with. 39. Just because I'm too embarrassed to explain. 40. I'm too tired of having to tiptoe around. 41. I just wish that people, for example. 42. I just wish that people would witness what I'm doing and understand me with one sentence. 43. Just understand me a 44. Instead of having to give a 20-chapter lecture on why I do the things I do. 45. 46. 47. I'm already tired of this world, of daily work, of daily pressure, even breathing. 48. I feel drained, and now I have to spend another long breath just to explain to the other person that I do this because there's a reason. 49. Of course, this goes against the idea of sharing that we need connection. 50. But we're talking in a case where one is already too exhausted. And from that, it often gives rise to the feeling that no one understands you. No one comprehends what you're going through. Re-experiencing, you feel lonely, you. And that feeling destroys the connection between yourself and those close to you. How does it destroy it? The people around won't know how to face you. They care, love, want to empathize. Do you know how? Because they look at you and dawn. They're bewildered. They ask questions just now. As for you, you're also extremely tired. And not stupid, I. And then you argue until you're fed up, tired, and want to break away and not maintain this relationship anymore. And so it repeats, cycles endlessly. Just like that forever. The result is you feel utterly exhausted, don't want to communicate anymore, and isolate yourself in a corner. Then you turn around and say, man, is there anyone who understands? I'm dead. There is someone who understands you, yes. That person understands very well, even better than you understand. And that's the guy in the mirror. Have you ever seen him? How? And that guy is the one who solves all the things people are talking about, thinking about. I'm too tired, I have to explain to others. The guy in the mirror doesn't need to explain. He knows, he observes, he follows, he even has his own thoughts. I don't need to explain. T need to beat around the bush, I. That guy knows everything, right? He hears everything. Oh my god, how can I find connection with others when I don't even understand myself? He understands. T give him permission, I dawn. S a bit shallow now, ISN. S someone who understands me, I dawn. Re outsiders, it. Then if we reverse the story, ask if you understand what others are going through now. Can you understand what they're experiencing right at this moment? No, not always, never. What I'm going through right now, how do you guys know? To you guys, I'm just a face appearing on your phone or screen. You're not sitting right here, are you? You're not here right now. Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is where I am? No, right? How could you know? The only friend who can spare time for you in the evening is yourself. The only one who truly understands you is yourself. And that's also the first and the last person who fully understands. And I don't need to prove that to anyone, because I myself know that. So am I really lonely? Am I really lonely? I always have myself, don't I? Am I really lonely? So then I am? S not that I. S not because I can. Setting a standard for the relationships around. T understand me, then I won. T find common ground, I. So I'll share with everyone a way to solve that problem. That's how I. First, instead of diving straight into solving the problem, say a few opening lines. It's natural that there are things about oneself that can. T say, can. No one can live with you 24/7 to understand everything you go through or read every thought in your head. No one in this world has the ability to do that. However, we can find ways to overcome this by breaking down our confidences into different versions to share with each person, each group of friends. The first friend we need to connect with is ourselves. The first way to solve loneliness is to face ourselves. Look in the mirror and treat the person in the mirror like a complete stranger. Treat the person in the mirror like a complete stranger. Do you know what they think? You don't. Pretend like that. Talk to the person in the mirror. Ask why this, why that, how you feel. While talking to them, try to avoid making self-destructive mistakes like I mentioned in the videos about confidence. Or about her. Try to speak and listen to understand, not to make yourself tired again. Why are you showing off to yourself? Are you putting on an act? Right? Why are you showing off intelligence, acting wiser than yourself? First, find a way to confide in the person in the mirror. Find out what problem they're having so they can share. Second, how do we build a relationship, a connection with outsiders to be able to trust in it? This is like what we often see in young people in their 20s, when they see others succeed and wonder why they can't. Seeing others succeed, why can't you? You expect too much, too strongly, too passionately about distant things. T yet have, Aaron. We think that ourselves or our parents must be psychological experts, hearing once and immediately understanding and giving optimal advice for our lives. While that advice is built from their life experience, not from our own lives. For them, 1 + 1 = 2, but for you, 1 + 1 must equal 6. No. We expect that from them. We expect an all-powerful solution that can solve every problem. T learned, Aaron. Doing so is unfair to them and also unfair to ourselves. So what should we do? How should we treat them? Think that they are also human. They will have their own mistakes and limitations. T try to force them to become people with supernatural understanding abilities. They can. The higher the expectations, the greater the disappointment. Treat them like people who know absolutely nothing about your story and can fine. Tell your story to them. And just tell the story. Don't require them to explain, give advice, or force them to understand 100% about you. If they respond with sentences that prove they don't understand or misunderstand your meaning, then here are a few ways you can respond. For example, if they're a stranger, not close to you, don't understand you, even attack you, then this is how you eliminate that relationship. That's wonderful, that. Yeah, I don't. Then that's a person capable of receiving information, not a person. Through sharing with everyone, we can understand them better. That's it. And confiding in them is simply expecting them to listen for you, nothing more. Setting such low expectations for the people around us. Not expecting them to be too noble, not expecting them to be too excellent. Not expecting them to be able to provide solutions. I also never expect them to be stronger than they actually are, because everyone is focused on their own problems. Immediately, I felt everything become much lighter. Second, I will stop feeling disappointed after sharing my story. Because there is no more disappointment, I no longer feel negative toward myself or toward them in this conversation. So naturally everything becomes softer. And I will realize that this connection truly. But if I keep expecting this connection to be real, they've known each other for 10 years. Knowing someone for 10 years doesn't mean they can understand you. Your parents have known you since you were born. Even before you could read, they understood what you said. But do you understand your parents? That's hard. So how can we expect someone our own age, with shallow and incomplete thoughts like ours, to understand us? Difficult, very difficult. Don't expect from others what they cannot yet do. Understand them from the most basic perspective. They're just human. I befriend myself and forgive those around me, letting them be in their rightful place. Basically, those two things have helped me feel less lonely. I have friends, and the people around me are still just human, not experts at solving my problems. I place them in the position where they need to exist. Naturally, enough, I. Stay away from the crowd. That's right, a very obvious way. If you feel lonely in a crowd, stay away from the crowd. Feel lonely in a crowd anymore, you. But when lonely, you realize you have a close friend, the one in the mirror. Everything becomes much simpler and more comfortable. I will be less lonely, less annoyed, less uncomfortable, and also less disappointed in those around me. Naturally, everything becomes very light. Actually, there's another factor everyone can apply. Tell stories to those around you, so they know your story. Tell it at the right pace, with enough information, following the right structure, so they receive the information more effectively and can understand you better. Hey, remember Ha and Dung? Which Ha and Dung? Who knows? Hey, remember that top high school student of ours and her boyfriend, remember? Then they might remember. Ha and Dung. So, learn how to tell stories, share properly to lead them to the most effective information, then the connection between us and them will be better. And we will feel less uncomfortable, or at least no longer lonely in talking to them. They talked a bit much, and it. Too long, and I said, thanks for watching and see you in the next part. Peace.
If the report helped, subscribe and open the next case.